I'm
You are,
G. Autumn G.
and this is YouTube Live Sessions Tuesday, October 14th. What's up?
Just enjoying the day.
Yeah, what have you been
hmm
up to?
Working and just living really.
There we are. We all are, or whatnot.
hmm
This angle kind of makes my face a little chubby. I should do it like this. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna wear my hat like this. And anyway, um, no, I don't like it like this. If I do it like this, then it's like, hey man, Monday Night Football, man. No, I don't like it like that either. I'm just gonna do it like this. Hey, um, yeah. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Well, how was your yesterday? How was your Monday? All right.
Yeah. It just continued on.
Trade. Today we will be speaking on redemption. Redemption. How do you redeem yourself? And what do you think about that? What's redemption to you?
Forgiveness or
Huh?
forgiveness or a comeback.
It
Uh
could be both.
huh.
It could be both.
Just depends what the situation is. Uh I don't think redemption is always available, but when it is a chance to be got or had. And if you do get the chance to redeem yourself,
Redeem.
it would redeem. Thank you. Um, Definitely don't want to take it as something not to be serious about. Uh, when I think of redemption, I think of church for some reason. What do you think of?
Um, I think of fulfillment to get back to prominence, to get back to where you or even to excel to greater heights, to and more of the fulfillment. You're coming back for another chance, another opportunity to regain what you had before, and even surpass what you had before. So redemption could be different things, but um, yeah, it's the fulfillment of to reclaim what you had in probably in the past,
Mm,
and
agreed.
greater heights as well.
Agreed. Agreed. Is there a time where you felt like redemption was not deserved in your life?
Repeat that.
Do you feel like there was a time in your life where redemption wasn't deserved? Or is there
No.
something in society that we get redemption for all the time, but it's really undeserving? Do you see that happen?
Well, I mean, if you're trying to redeem yourself, maybe there was wrongs that you had in the past that you're trying to regain full control of. So you're trying to reclaim that. Um, I think people redemption can happen on in all levels. Now, if people want to accept your redemption, or it could be within your own self where you're trying to redeem certain goals within you. It's perspective, you know.
Agreed. I uh, I don't think it's something that should just be given. It's definitely there are going to have to be steps for you to cleanse the wrongdoings or the just the taint that you have going on. And
Hey,
redemption,
everybody, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? Oh, look, you have a fan. You have a
so
fan, man. You have a fan. You see what Elrich? Oh, you don't like the compliments?
hmm hi, thanks for listening. Eli
Pink lip.
Ball.
Oh, yeah, pink. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't read the other. I was just saying, bro, she's fine as hell. Okay. Yeah, she's
It
very
is.
pretty. She's very, very gorgeous, gorgeous woman.
Thank you.
Don't
We're all
mind.
just human DNA. But definitely redemption. That's kind of like reminds me of football too. What we talked about yesterday. Isn't there something like in sports where you have to have redemption, where you lose and then you come back and you come back strong, and you have your title there, and you know it's definitely a lot of work that is going to have to for you to do yourself, or a team to do, or a society to do, and are able to really fix the wrongdoings that were made. So the
Yeah, we're.
redemption, I go ahead.
I was gonna say, Eli. We're actually speaking about redemption, redeeming yourself. So that's the topic of the day. You could definitely chime in about the topic if you want, but that's what we're speaking about, and that's what Autumn, who's speaking currently, is speaking about.
Yep. So uh, I guess the point is trying your hardest not to have to do a redemption level up, to be able to go forth and conquer what is ahead of you without believing that there's failure, even though failure has to happen. I tend to believe that there is no perfection when it comes to anything, but it just for it to become, especially like an evolution or ourselves, even our personal facts, we had to many times over learn what was going to work and what wasn't going to work. And when I think of redemption, it's almost like you knew you were supposed to win, you knew you were supposed to conquer, you knew something was supposed to you were supposed to get something from whatever experience you're having, and then you falter, you fumble, and you have to gather yourself back up and be able to redirect yourself and get back to it. It definitely sounds like it's something that shouldn't be just given, like just given to you. You know what I mean? It's something that you're going to have to work.
Yeah, I mean
Like I
that's what
said, I was thinking about church.
you work at redeeming yourself. You try to alleviate what happened in the past to try to move forward. So I would agree with that.
And redemption sounds like a reward. When you have reached that, uh, it's like you're leveling up to the next level, and you should be proud of yourself that you were able to collect yourself and get back to it.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely, definitely. What do you?
I know you have spoke that you are kind of oh, I don't know, not kind of, but a church goer. Not that there's anything wrong with it or I'm judging, but you yourself are a believer of God and the Bible. But when you think of redemption through church, uh, spiritually cleansing yourself to be a better person is a goal that I think we constantly have to work on each and every moment that we have I think redemption is something that we're, when it comes to spiritually, is something that we're going to need to work on all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Mm-hmm.
something you just are allowed to have. You have to remind yourself that there are morals and values in the world, and when you live by that code, you're able to not have to repeat a step and redempt redempt whatever yourself.
Redemption, redeem.
Redeem. There we go. I'm a little slow when it comes to grammar and literature. It's my worst suit of
No,
knowledge. My boss gets on me all the
you,
time. Steam and saw.
you're good to go. Yeah, I mean, we all have to kind of redeem ourselves. I think we all have some type of faults, and we all have shortcomings, and it's really just about being able to overcome those challenges and those shortcomings, and redeeming whatever shortfalls that you succumb to. And once you are able to do that, then redemption is fully fulfilled or somewhat fulfilled. But not wanting to redeem yourself is could be troublesome because you may not be at fault at all.
Or even when you're not at fault, then I'm a big believer that nothing is by coincidence, and everything is by the purpose of what needs to become.
Hmm.
And even if you feel like it's not your fault, somehow within the past that led to that, it still was something that you allowed to happen. You attracted it to come forth and be in front of you in your past. So for you to succeed over things that you felt like were the impossible is also a form of redemption, and to get past those insecurities of not believing you're enough, or um, the blockages that happen in front of your path that you want to get through and you're unsure how to get through. I think redemption definitely has a layout of plan that you should produce to be able to respond accordingly. You just it's just something that you just don't get, like forgiveness. Like you can't expect it to happen without your positive input towards things. And if you're going to be negative bound, then I believe the outcome won't be what you think it should be. You definitely have to put a lot of effort into yourself, into your actions, and into what is going to become when you have to take a step back and then move yourself forward.
Mm. Move yourself back and move yourself forward. Take
It's
two
like a
steps
little limbo
forward and
dance.
two tap backs and two step left and then two tap right and do the hokey pokey and then stuff around. That's what it's all about. No, I'm joking. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah,
I think we all have to redeem ourselves from whatever shortfalls that we have at the end of the
especially in
day. You know what
relationships.
I mean? Huh?
Mhm. Especially in relationships.
Uh, what, like business relationships, friendships,
Any
or intimate?
relationship. There's so many of them. You especially when there's a
But
mistake
sometimes I think
or
I
feelings
think
hurt.
redeeming it depends on the situation because it might be not your fault and it might just be things that you kind of just wanted to kind of dissipate. So I don't know if you need to really redeem yourself on toxic relationships that should have just fizzled out anyway. It may have been that you've been in relationships too long and it was good for it to just kind of, kaput out of the window. I'm not going to redeem myself on relationships that I didn't do anything wrong. One, two, they were toxic. Three, there was no improvement in my life in those relationships. Four, there was no accountability, and five, there was no there was no benefit. So the freak am I redeeming myself to whoever for? If anything, that's almost like me, I don't know, giving in, being submissive to that person or that relationship. I'd rather not do that, especially if there's nothing coming, no conclusions coming from it. So I'm not going to redeem myself on something that I don't feel that needs redemption for at all. You just let it run its course. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
to definitely allow space to be had. You're right. There's not always a need
I'm right.
to.
I'm always right. I'm not just right this. I'm always right. I'm the rightful one.
Tell me what type of
Serious.
man you are.
Yeah, a real one.
Yes, sir.
A real type.
Yeah. Well, I
A
had to
real.
go through redemption with my career that I had. Oh, I wouldn't call it a career, but it's definitely what I've been doing for the past 11 years. Where I was going through so much that my attitude definitely was just kind of taking over my conversations, taking over my just the everyday conduction that I was having at my work, at my home, through any kind of stuff that was happening. And having to step back and restart again was crappy, but it happened. And today, at this very moment, I'm very blissful about having the opportunity to redeem myself and let myself know that it's going to be okay, even when it wasn't okay.
Hmm.
You got to keep plodding on and becoming that person that you vision inside of your head. Uh, it's quite
You,
hard. I didn't think it was going to be this hard to adult when I got to this age. It's it's fun, but it's hard work.
do you feel like you have to redeem yourself from the negatives in your past,
Yes,
the shortcomings in
all
your
the
past?
time.
Like, okay, I have to prove myself that I'm not gonna go in this lane, nor do I want my children to go in the lane that I was in any type of capacity. So there may be redemption there to try to steer away from that and try to lead and also trying to teach. Because as a parent, you're a teacher, and then
Yeah,
also listening as they grow older to what's going on in their lives. I feel like there may be redemption in something like that because your past can. I don't think it can control your future, but it could definitely transcend to what
mm,
the future may hold if you don't deal with it correctly and if you don't change it.
yeah,
Um,
yep.
right?
You don't
You,
fill it up and make sure that it's done. It definitely can come back and bite you, and when you least expect it, especially with decision making that you've done that you didn't think was going to have such an impact later on.
right.
Parenting is a big one. Like being, being a teeny bopper, I like to call it now. Like
Hmm.
I get a
A
lot of
teeny, you're a teeny bopper.
no, not me,
Uh,
far from that age, but I
do
get
I,
a lot of people
do I,
who a
do
lot of
do do
people who
do.
have to do community service when they're young. They're under 21, and I just I tell them all the time like these decisions that you're making are very important, and later on as you become your own adult. you want to make sure that you're not going to have to look over your shoulder and wonder what's going to be sneaking up behind you of who you were. And if you did have a such a past or upcoming upbringing, I should say,
Right.
you should not be ashamed of it. People go through trial and errors all the time. Just know that if that's not who you wanted to be and you tried it and you figured that's not who I am and you moved on, just knowing that you make the decision whenever it comes back in front of you asking you to be it, you can say, hey, no, I've been there, done that. I'm better. And just move on. That's redemption. You are able to say no when you mean no and be that person that you said you were going to be. You're holding yourself accountable to the promise that you told yourself that you're not going to do, like drugs, sex, and whatever else lingers on that line of being less of a better person.
Right.
Comes in many forms. Uh, many forms. We find that there's a lot of undoing you have to do whenever you're doing stuff. I don't think we realize how selfish we can be when we're out there smoking our cigarettes or drinking and doing things. And that, I try not to think about these subjects because a lot of people struggle with the everyday trying to implicate themselves to become a better version of themselves. It's not an easy task to go inside yourself and pull that person out that you know and believe you are. I personally struggle with who I am on the outside with who I am in the inside. It it
Explain
takes
that.
me nuts.
Explain
Well,
that.
you tell yourself you're not going to do something, and this is where I say, like, I am honestly a pathological liar to myself. I will tell myself I'm going to go on that diet. I'm going to start exercising more. I'm going to stop talking to that man, which I have, but that's not the point.
Right.
Um,
Right. Right.
Sometimes it takes so many times that honestly, the lesson that you're learning doesn't even become a lesson anymore. It just becomes you. And people, especially the ones who are viewing you from the outside, will be like, "Yeah, you can't trust her," or "You can't." A grain of salt to that person because you've watched them time over time say they're not going to do something and they do it. I have for many years worked on myself in that pathological liar scheme that I had going on, going growing up as a teenager, especially a displaced teenager. Um, it took a lot of undoing, and as I even became an adult or a parent, there was still times where I would let my spouse down or my kids down because I would say I wouldn't do something and I would turn around and do it. You know, you
So how did
it
you let them
brings
down
out
if
the
you came around and did it? Because if you came around and did it, I think you let them down if you don't do it at all. But if you came around and did it, it's just okay. You didn't do it on the time that they wanted.
yeah,
You could
or
say
the
you were
time that I said I was
procrastinating and
going to
that.
do it.
Uh, but you still
And you
ended up
kind of
doing
push
it,
things,
which is the big
yeah,
objective.
yeah, you push things kind of, you kind of, you make things not happen when you procrastinate or you linger on your truth. You just you stop your blessings from happening. You stop what um path you're supposed to be on, the rate, the speed that you're going. It kind of just slowly stops or slowly just gets trickling, and you can't try again. Did
Yeah.
that happen to you? It just glitched.
No, it happened to you.
Oh, I had a glitch,
Yeah.
but walking on the path that we walk on, it's definitely up to us, regardless of the speed bumps in the way that tend to happen. It's really up to us if we're going to go over that speed bump um, at the rate we're supposed to. If you go over it a little fast, you're gonna kind of mess up your front end. If you go it over slow,
Yeah.
you just kind of trickle over it. But going over it in the speed that you are ready for, that it's meant to go on or go through, you you be successful, or you're going to be successful. And keeping a mind frame is gonna, I guess, keep you from having to ask for the forgiveness of being redeemed, and having to go through the let downs with consciously knowing that this is your reality. This is your time and place to have all that you envision of being. This world is
No,
yours,
I
and
agree. I agree.
being
I
us
agree.
is such a wonderful thing. I love being
Man,
human. I used to growing up, I used to, oh, I don't know. I don't know if you were like this, but especially a teenager, between the 10 and the 19-year age, it was probably like 10 to 16. You have this loss of yourself. And I see, even in my oldest, I see a lot of them just struggling with trying to become. And we live in such a state of guilt and shame, especially during those ages. I read an article not too long ago about uh, in the last 20 years, our kids between the ages of 5 and I believe 18, those group of kids or group of people are the most depressed out of teenagers to adulthood. And that
mm,
stems from adults and from the environment, just really telling them they're not enough. And I have a lot of suspicion that it has to do with social media trends, and you know the the unexpectedness of being this person that everybody's trying to be on the internet, when there's nothing wrong with us. Even if you aren't the most prettiest, or the skinniest, or the smartest, or the best talker, you still yourself have to make sure that you are achieving your own happiness, because that's the only way it's going to happen, is if you yourself are able to create it, because nobody's responsible for anything other than yourself, even when you're a
right.
child.
Got it. Ah, redemption, folks. I think that's covered enough. And you mistalk a lot.
I know it. Imagine if you were real life with
Nah,
me.
nah, nah,
I get told all the time that I talk too much.
nah. I'm just joking. Yeah, I mean, I think you bring in some good points. I think we all do redeem ourselves. It's just to different levels,
Hmm.
or the different ways that we redeem ourselves. I think that's the way to kind of go about. Uh, it's just how we go about redeeming ourselves, and to what level, and what notion do we redeem ourselves to. And for excuse me, oh my gosh, excuse me. For what, and how, and where, like, how does this all play into redemption and redeeming ourselves? But I mean, to a level, I think we all do redeem ourselves. But
Hmm.
for what, the reasonings, I think that's where everything has to kind of come to play. So yeah, I think we get some good topics here, some good points, and I am Sammy B, and you are.
Indeed.
All right.
Until next time, thanks
Uh,
for listening and tuning in.
yeah, live sessions, YouTube live sessions, Sam V, Autumn G, and redemption. Redeem yourself and on all different types of levels. Peace.